Hey everybody. Have you ever cursed somebody? Have you ever cursed somebody? I'm not telling someone to go off. That's not the curse I'm talking about. I'm talking about like a real curse where you really wish evil to happen to someone else. That you're invoking God, let's say, to punish that person or to have horrible things happen to another person. Have you ever done that? Why would a person do that? Why would you be tempted to do that? Why have I been tempted to do that? So let's say someone's done some harm to you. They've really caused some misery in your life, and you don't feel that it's been adequately addressed. They haven't been punished for it. They're living scot-free and they're living well despite the terrible things they've done to you. So you ask God, come on, take care of this person for me. But let's say it's something not personal, it's political. Let's say you really, really don't like a political leader and what they're doing, and you're asking God to do some harm to them. Whatever it is, that's what we're talking about here. Serious cursing as opposed to using curse words against somebody. So have you ever done that? Well, if you have, you might want to reconsider. Because the Gemara this week in Daf Yomi talks about it. And it talks about how it's a little bit dangerous for the cursor as opposed to the cursee, that you should be careful about who you're cursing. And it talks about it in the context of King David. And King David had a general by the name of Yoav. And I'm not going to go into all the details of it, the background. It's in Tanakh. It's a little bit lengthy and involved. But the bottom line was, before David died, he told his son Solomon to get rid of, to kill, to take care of Yoav. And part and parcel of this was King David cursed Yoav. But what happened, the Gemara says that Amar Rabbi Yehuda, Amar Rav, Kol Klalot Shekilel David et Yoav, all the curses that David put on Yoav, and there are about 4 or 5 of them, Nitkaimu B'zaro Shel David, they all came back on David and his descendants. And that's what the Gemara then goes over. It gives all the different examples of each part of the curse and how it actually got expressed, not in Yoav and his descendants, but actually back on David and his descendants. And then the Gemara ends off and it says, Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Rav, Hainu da Amra Inchi. This is the common phrase that people say, that I guess they used to say back then. And basically, they put it in Aramaic, but better to be the one who is cursed and not the one who curses. Better to be the one who's the victim of someone else's curses than you pronouncing curses on another. Because of this tradition, it's going to come back and fly in your face. Whatever you wish on another is going to come right back to you. How do we understand this? You see, firstly, why would a person curse another? It's really a sign of impotence. It's a sign of powerlessness. You can't really do anything harmful to this person. It's not in your power. They're out of your jurisdiction. Once again, you feel they've gotten away with something. So it's really a sign of your powerlessness that you curse another person. The second problem with it is when you curse somebody, they've done something negative, something bad, something evil. You've allowed yourself to get schlepped down to their level. Now that hatred has been built up in you and you want to throw it back on them. That's never a good thing. To allow someone else to have that influence on you, that negative influence on you, and then to get dragged down and in the pit where they are. But what the Gemara is getting at is what goes around comes around. You see, when you curse somebody, you're asking God to judge that individual. And Jewish tradition says that the moment you start asking God and invoking God's justice and judgment on another, then you get put under the microscope. Oh, you want me to judge this person? You want me to punish this person for what they've done? Let's now look at you and see whether or not you're worthy of those things. And once again, that's why the Gemara is getting at that better to be the one who's being cursed than doing the cursing, because it all comes back and flies back in your face. So what's the solution? Rather than curse, we all have people who've done stuff to us which is really, really wrong, bad, hurtful, terrible. Wish him well. Geh Gesundheit, my grandparents used to say. Go in health. Just go. Good luck to you. Just get out of my life. You want to separate from those people. Don't allow them to control you. Don't curse them because it has ramifications. Just Geh Gesundheit. I'll count my blessings, whatever. Because ultimately, when we curse somebody, it's a lack of emunah. It's a lack of faith in the Almighty, that He controls the world. And if somebody does some injustice, they'll get paid. God runs the show. Justice is in our life, and if not in the here and now, certainly in eternity. But the idea of cursing somebody, again, we're trying to manipulate things. It's showing that we don't have a full emunah, a full bitachon, a full trust in God running the show. So don't get dragged down. Don't curse because it comes back on you. And for those type of people, just get them out of your life and move on. Have a good Shabbat.